just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. It'll be Matt Ryan leading him under center, the 11th-year quarterback, 4-time Pro Bowler, and the MVP of the league in 2016.
What a season Matt Ryan had in 2016 where he led the NFL in so many different categories as a quarterback. Numbers dropped in 2017, but the team still qualified for the playoffs, took down the higher-seeded Rams in L.A. before losing a tough one in Philadelphia to the eventual Super Bowl champions. Matt Ryan, he makes them go in Atlanta.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. He's going to look deep down the field. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. And here are the Falcon offensive starters.
4 straight seasons of 1,000 yards for Julio Jones as wide receiver. One of the strongest receivers in the league. Runs over defensive backs, but also thinks his way through the game. Really knows how to collaborate with his quarterback, Matt Ryan.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Here's Coleman. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. The stop was made by Jannard Avery. And here's the starting crew defensively for Cleveland.
At linebackers, Joe Schobert, a 4th-round pick from Wisconsin in 2016, who ended up tied for 2nd in the NFL in tackles last season and became an unlikely Pro Bowler for the first time.
Play action. It's Ryan. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On fourth down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Jabril Peppers is deep for Cleveland. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Leading them out is their 6'2 quarterback who was a fourth-round pick back in 2012, Kirk Cousins.
After the career that he's had in the NFL thus far, you get the sense that he was underrated coming out of college. Not just great intangibles, but the ability to make plays come alive, whether he's exiting the pocket or throwing from within the confines of it.
First carry for the rookie Nick Chubb. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick. Make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Higgins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football.
Still first down.
Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. From the gun, here's Cousins. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. And a look now at the starting offense for the Browns.
An emerging threat in the passing game is David Njoku, who had a really nice rookie season in 2017 with 32 catches, 386 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And many also remember he was the 3rd first-round pick for Cleveland in the 2017 draft, following Myles Garrett, defensive end, and Jabril Peppers, defensive back.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Going back to Landry. This time he's got him complete. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
On play action, Cousins. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the first quarter. 0-0 our score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, here's Cousins. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now, the confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Cousins firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Duke Johnson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Point after try forthcoming. Extra point safely through, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Falcons coming back out here onto the field. This has been a team that's had an interesting season. The rough start, then they picked it up some. As you look in your crystal ball going forward down the stretch, what do you see for the Falcons?
Well, I think on the surface you would think the injuries are just too much to overcome on the defensive side of the ball. But the way they've been playing recently, they put everything on the offense and just asking the defense to do just enough. And the offense is really giving them great play because Matt Ryan can throw to Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu, the rookie Calvin Ridley, Tevin Coleman and Ito Smith running it and catching it. They're starting to put up points in big numbers and making people chase them each and every game.
And they may want to start to pad some wins now because 3 of their last 4 in the regular season are on the road, including trips to Green Bay and Carolina. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Coleman now. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
They go play action now. Ryan looking deep for Julio. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 36 yards. Nothing conservative about that play call. You said earlier in the quarter you wanted to see them open things up, maybe take some shots downfield. There you go.
Yeah, and that one was successful. But even if they're not successful, when you take those shots downfield, they've got to back off a little bit, loosen up a little bit on defense, and give you a little bit more room if you want to run the football.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Coleman. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. More from Cleveland after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this 1st half of action. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Play action, Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Coverage there by brilliant body Calhoun.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. He's got Sanu. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Again, Ryan. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
To throw again is Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. So a tiptoe catch back in the end zone, so tough to do, but he made it look pretty easy.
Certainly did, and the back of the end zone is treated the same way as the sideline. You have to get your feet down, inbounds, for it to count as a catch. How about the backgrounds of some of these guys, though? Did they work on it? Maybe some of them were ballet, some dance, who knows?
Yeah, you and I were talking the other day. I remember one of my favorite kids shows growing up. I don't know that I want to name it, but guys like Lynn Swan, they used to be on there showing their ballet skill.
And you have to remember when they were kids and their parents were telling them to take the ballet classes, you know they were fighting them like crazy. But right now they're saying, thanks, Mom.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Cleveland Browns, Charles, it's been an interesting season for them. There was optimism early, a couple of wins, a lot of near wins, but a lot of that optimism has really faded, and those competitive games early in the year, they're now just losses.
And that's exactly where people were headed with their optimism. Hey, this is going to pay dividends later. Go back to the season opener against Pittsburgh. 21-21 tie. Yet everyone felt great coming out of that, thinking, hey, down the road, that'll turn into wins. And you're exactly right. They have not seen that. Head coach Hugh Jackson was fired after their loss in Week 8. He had gone 3-36-1 in his tenure. And they still have some really tough road games coming up in the second half of the year. In the division at Cincinnati, Houston leading the AFC South at the midway point, at Denver, and at Baltimore. That's not easy.
So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Second down, Cousins to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A first down throw for Cousins. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So they look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They go play action. Cousins. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Rashard Higgins as the first half is winding down. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Now the try here for the extra point. Extra point up and through, and that makes the score 14-7. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, here's Justin Hardy. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Seconds, all that's left of this first half as they come up on 1st down. They begin the drive with Coleman, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. This is Coleman, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To throw is Ryan. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. On the return, Jabril Peppers. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They run again on first down, Chubb, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They go with Chubb on second down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. Cousins. Now he'll go deep down. That's caught at the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there on third down for the Browns. 45 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Screen play, Johnson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A good pickup there on first as a screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw, Cousins. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Rashard Higgins, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Extra point forthcoming. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Ryan on first down. And Jones has it over the middle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
I feel for some of these guys nowadays because it is so tough to be able to run with these tight ends. Their speed, their elusiveness, especially when they run across the field, because you're not just running with him, you're trying to run through some traffic as well.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. They will run again with Coleman. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. A good comeback there after the penalty. 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones from 8 yards out. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there. Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Cousins now on 2nd down. Got him in. It's Brashon Perriman. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Browns add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Point after here coming up. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. TJ Carey right there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They go play action with Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Wide open receiver, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Ryan now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Ryan will throw again. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Jones. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they'll run it here. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Ryan. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? It's Coleman here, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
on the ground with a tight end. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. A give. This is Chubb.
Holding offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Here's Britton Colquitt now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Fielded just inside the 30. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync because early in the game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you want to, but as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up, pick them up. And someone jumped.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the shotgun, Ryan. And his throw is incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw again is Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Ryan. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.